Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Jams by Jyesh. I'm Jyesh, and I'm joined by...
I'm K-Hi.
He's K-Hi. And welcome back to JamsCast, Episode 2.
I'm so glad they let me back and they released the injunction.
Yep,
and
he's
I'm back.
fresh out of prison. Or fresh out of jail, excuse me.
Yeah, holding.
Right.
Acquitted.
Yes. Happy Halloween.
Happy.
This should be coming out around Halloween.
Halloweenish, and this relates to a thing with some costumes and bondage.
Yeah, a lot of bondage.
A lot of bondage.
How are you today, K-Hi?
I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really I just released on my end. I just released an animation. You can see it on the title card, and we're going to be releasing it in shorts in case you prefer it in that manner.
Yeah, in case you're a child.
Yeah, so
a little baby man.
Yeah, so
little baby
melon baby
Bluey
face.
watching.
Yeah, so at first I had a great sense of achievement, and now I just feel empty.
You say that every time, and it's slightly concerning.
So, what are we doing today, my compatriot?
Well, we are doing the classic podcast format. We will be talking a bit about ourselves today, more so than usual, for our Let's Talk Music segment. Then we will be having a little discussion point, a quick draft, as well as a lovely guess a song and a closing number.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah. Hey, I think your beard is getting picked up by the mic a little bit.
I'll shave it.
Yeah. Sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's start by talking about...
So my hair came off with it.
Let's start by talking about the big thing that I just did.
Circumcision?
Yep.
Is that staying in?
Okay. The big day.
Yeah. My circumcision. He's doing it.
Tears were teared.
I've been wanting it for a long time, so I can make the shampoo.
Oh, okay.
The good one, the good kind of shampoo.
Enough of this, Kevin. No, I came out with an album.
Oh yes,
yeah.
The Spotify album. I'm in a few of them.
Yes, you are.
I'm in the one with the gold and the
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about it for a while.
I loved it. Yeah, we had a whole. Should I mention the gathering?
Yeah, you can mention the gathering.
We had a wonderful gathering that none of you were invited to.
That's true. You had to be there.
It was a potluck. We were in this very studio, and we all listened to the listened to the spot of the album. That's what it's called. The album. I have 3 hours of sleep. And it was a really fantastic time. We saw a bunch of old pals, and we played Smack Brothers.
We sure did smack some brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
hence the injunction.
No. So yeah, the way it started was back in April, May.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I showed you a Google Doc.
Yes.
Of my planning for this album.
And if I recall correctly, it originally was a romantic comedy.
That is completely true. And I wanted it to be lessons that I learned from rom-coms, but in song format.
And you actually, we watched 500 Days of Summer.
500 Days of Summer, yes.
And which was a fun movie.
Yeah.
Very good movie. I liked
Yeah, I just love that sort of genre.
Post Malone
of movie.
did a great job in it.
Oh, yeah, love that. And when he said somebody that I used to know,
I loved it.
Crazy.
Yeah. But then you changed your mind, right? And you said it's about your life.
Over the course of this album, I think I wrote something like 25 songs, and then I scrapped 16 of them. Is this album the one that has I Just Want to Be Understood? Yes.
That I really like that one.
Yeah, that is one of my favorites for sure.
I Just Want to Be Understood.
That was the first single that came out on this album.
Yeah, I remember hearing it a while ago. That's probably why it's fresh in my memory.
Yeah.
It's also a very easy, it's just, I just want to be understood.
Yeah, it resonates in that way. Yeah. It's something that I think everyone kind of relates to.
I want to be understood. I want to understand. Actually, like on an actual personal level, yeah, I totally. It's because I'm a pretty normal guy. I do one or two weird things, and you just do one or two weird things. Everyone thinks you're completely, nutto, and then they call you crazy here all of high school.
Yep.
So maybe you just want to be understood.
Maybe we all just want to be understood.
Mm-hmm.
So that song idea originated from a cartoon called The Owl House.
Oh, right.
One of my favorite cartoons, and it even has like a sample from the song in the cartoon. I mean, sample from the cartoon in the song.
Didn't that cause a problem? Or
no, it was a different sample that caused a problem. That was a funny story that I'll get to later.
We'll get to that. So Disney's cool with it.
Well, as long as they don't know, I guess.
I mean, what are we talking about? We didn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. The second single was one called Unlimited Breadsticks.
I mean, I obviously heard it because I was here. I just don't have them all sorted out.
No, that's fair. It's based on a true story, but it's just about my sort of tendency to, like, be very, I guess, too hesitant in the past, and just it's sort of a reflection on that, and, like, what I look back on. You know how you like sometimes look back on things you did and you're like, God, I was so stupid.
Dude, I do that like about things I did 5 seconds ago.
That's what that song is for me. It's like
I know exactly
looking back and being like, God, I wish I did that differently.
There's points in my life where I don't want to say, I never try to think of like, oh, I wasted these years. Because like you need time that you screw up to build and grow.
For sure.
But you do kind of wish you could have been better. Like I've had that thought of like, if I just like
took my brain and put it in my older body, like what would have been different?
I would have went up to that middle school teacher and said, listen, I'm just going to be honest with you. This assignment's just not happening.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just not going to, because I think it's really stupid.
Yeah.
And, I think you're stupid and your glasses look goofy.
That would have happened.
You know who you are.
So suffice to say, that was the second single. And at this point, it really became clear that, like, this album was about me.
Yeah.
And it felt kind of
personal.
But it also made me feel, like, revealed and, like, naked in some ways. Because it was just so, like, I don't tend to make stuff about me, usually. Like,
I guess not. No, it usually is.
It's just like a silly situation, and then we like talk about it. Like sometimes, the first EP that I did with you, the two of the songs were like not really about me.
Was that Water Fountain?
Yeah, Water Fountain was like kind of about me.
I remember, for the longest time, because we did two versions of Water Fountain.
Yeah.
And in between those two versions, I had no clue what the actual song was about, even though I was just singing.
Yeah.
And then he tells me, like, no, it's really, I forgot what exactly it was.
It was a song of, like, defiance. Right? Yeah.
But it was kind of, like, darker than I thought it was.
I suppose. It was just, like, it was, at its core, it's like a defiant, like, I am, this is what I want to be.
And
like,
I thought it was just, I feel like a water fountain. By the way, you better put that card up because that song's based and based. Is that okay to say, or is that
I think so.
Is that like a coded like?
Maybe it's a Republican thing. I don't know anymore.
Not that we're apolitical here.
Wink.
Yeah.
Remember to vote, by the way.
Yeah, vote for the person you want to vote for.
Yep.
And don't send us death threats.
So yeah, that's the gist of it. It's out there now, and there's a couple more things I want to do for it still. Like we have a music video that we've recorded for one of the songs.
Right. Oh, that was
that's going to be coming out soon. We're going to be recording.
Played in the mud and the sand.
We might be recording another music video that pertains to the other song that you worked on.
Are we doing that this week?
Probably not.
Okay.
But soon.
Wait a second. Sure. Is that the? I don't want to get. Oh wait, no, the song's out.
Yeah, it's Fumes.
Fumes. That's the one with
Zifork and Zenife, Paolo and Will.
Yeah. Are we allowed to say their names?
They were both in a previous episode where we said their
names. Okay. That's good enough. Okay. And their addresses?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So expect that coming soon. That should be really fun. And that's about all that I have to say about the album.
Okay, podcast over.
So that will lead us to our first segment of the day.
Oh, that's our first segment of the day.
Jyesh. Well, here's the question. K-Hi, what is the best Halloween song?
Okay. Of artists that we don't cover on this channel, I'm gonna say Thriller. We've talked about this. Yeah. Because I grew up with Michael. I have this old DVD I was actually listening to because I didn't realize the Xbox One could play DVDs. I thought it could only play Blu-rays. Just Michael Jackson DVDs of all the old hits, and it was all the music videos in a beautiful 480p. And I was listening to I was watching Michael Jackson music videos. I think are the best music videos I'd ever seen. He's a god in the videos. He's Billie Jean, and he can turn a poor man rich. It's the Earth song. He pelvic thrusts the Earth back into he undetusks a rhino by like humping the air. But Thriller is, of course, I think a great one for the season. There's also This Is Halloween. This is Halloween. And there's a bunch I'm not thinking of.
But Thriller would be your pick, probably.
I think off the top, it's top of my head. And also one I've been listening to.
That's valid. That's completely valid. I think my pick, pretty much completely from a nostalgia perspective, would be the Monster Mash.
I think I was just overexposed to it. And
that might be the case. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Right? It's very campy.
And I love that.
It's this kind of mishmash of things with this like almost doo-wop feel, like the wow.
Is that what doo-wop is? I don't know.
It's like a very old-timey, like almost jazzy sort of song, and then you have this like, I was walking down the corner
like the story
night. Like even that voice. There's just something so enticing about that.
Thriller also has some of that because
it does for sure.
And there's something about Halloween in general that this song captures, which is I don't know if this is the right way to say it, which is I'd say the gothic kind of feel.
I'd agree.
I love gothic literature. It's gothic? Wait, what is gothic? Am I thinking 1800? No, I'm thinking Victorian literature. What is?
I don't know.
Well, I love Dracula. I haven't read Frankenstein yet, but I like the character.
Yeah, sure.
Frankenstein. I like Jekyll and Hyde. That's like gothic horror. So Halloween in that song, I just love the stupid campiness of it. It's like all these horrible things, but you're like, oh, I love it. All the children are dressed as like Jack the Ripper. How insensitive.
Yeah. I also think that musically, it's a very interesting holiday because it allows people to sort of like foray into the dissonance in music that we kind of are like taught to avoid as musicians, right? Like it's a more, I don't even want to say unpleasant sound, but it's a more chaotic,
it's haunting
song.
Yeah,
like it's a sound that you don't get at any other point in the year.
I think I already mentioned it, but like not Marilyn. I don't think Marilyn Manson made the original one. I think the original was This Is Halloween.
He did the version of that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the original was from Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, that is the original. Okay, I think. Okay. I assume that's the original, and I assume he did a cover. Then again, I also thought that System of the Down did that Legend of Zelda song.
That is.
But no, I'm pretty positive this one was done by Marilyn Manson.
Okay.
Halloween.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah. Although fuck Marilyn Manson, he sucks.
Yeah, what did he do again?
A lot of bad stuff.
Anyway. I just don't know. That ignorance isn't. It's just ignorance.
So your pick is Thriller. My pick is the Monster Mash. Tell us what you think is the best in the comments.
Who do you think is better?
Yeah.
Who?
Do
we segue?
We segue.
Okay.
All right. Kevin, it is time for Guess That Song once
again. My God. Wow. The game, I have a distinct... I can't remember our friends' names. Remember that. He wants me to name the song.
This is correct. And you can guess what the theme is, of course.
Okay, if I can't get the name, I'll come up with a name. Maybe I'll guess right.
Your choice. I think you're going to get all these.
Oh, okay. Are they Halloween songs?
They're Halloween songs.
Oh, that does make it different.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying about... never mind. Let's keep moving.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Is this Thriller? No. No, it's not Thriller.
I'm going to pause
Let me just. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just gonna
no,
check
you're fine. Okay.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah, you're fine. I didn't know that was there either.
I don't know if you could hear that.
Yeah.
I threw my phone.
And it landed on my guitar.
His guitar. And it like...
I'm more worried about your phone than the guitar.
No, the phone is a really good case.
Okay. Anyway. So no guess for that first song.
Do I get penalized? Like, is there any...
There's no... Guessing? This is just for fun.
I know it's not Thriller, but I have to guess Thriller.
It is not Thriller.
Yeah, okay. I was right!
Ready?
Oh, so it's Ghostbusters.
It is Ghostbusters.
That is. It's fine because that's a movie, but like that song is so Halloween.
It's so Halloween. It's iconically Halloween.
I've never seen the full movie. I've never seen a full Ghostbusters movie. I just love the theme though. Like,
fair.
There's so many songs I want us to do, but like I know like not everything can be done.
Yeah.
But that's one that would be fun to do at some point.
Are you ready for the second song?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I got nothing. You think it's that something? I feel like I should have gotten it.
You should have. I'm surprised you haven't gotten it. Do you want a hint?
Yeah.
It was in a Geico commercial.
Dude, that's not
a very famous.
I haven't seen a Geico commercial in like a decade.
Exactly.
Okay, there's the gecko. There was the dollar thing, like it would be like the little dollar with money.
It also features an artist that we've talked about today already.
Marilyn Manson?
I'm gonna keep playing.
No, Michael Jackson. Oh, no, you give me a good look there. I've never heard this song.
I might just skip to the chorus.
So that's definitely like.
Oh wait, hold on, I missed one.
I don't know. Oh, I've heard this song.
Yeah.
I don't know it.
Somebody's watching me.
I'm gonna listen to that on my way home.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Also, a Halloween favorite.
I always feel like someone I used to know.
That's a fun mashup.
Yeah, I'm really worried about your guitar.
You shouldn't be. It's fine. We got one more song now.
Okay, let's go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? How about after this, I could select a few for you.
You could if you want.
I got a few in mind.
Okay. Our last song.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Spooky Scary Skeleton. I've listened to that too much.
That is correct. It was Spooky Scary Skeleton.
Now, you know what? I think I'm going to do some that are more oriented around my thing. Oh, I threw it. I threw the phone. I could use your phone. Look it up.
Sure.
Mad.
Oh, I know that. That's Lavender Town.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Pokemon Red and Blue.
That's the easy one. And that's all we're going to play because, you know.
Yeah. I like how we have a blinking light to really add to the...
Well, the Nintendo Ninjas are ready.
Yeah, they are.
They're cutting your power. So we're going to move on from that.
Yeah, we're moving on from that one. Is that Luigi's Mansion?
No. You might not know this one. It's more of an internet meme one.
Play it again.
It's a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's song.
Yeah.
Man Behind the Slaughter.
All right. Well, that was Guess the Song.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is time for our draft. And for the draft, going with the theme, we will be drafting the top Adventure Time characters.
Oh, what? Oh, wow. This has nothing to do with music.
Well, there's a lot of music.
No, I'm cool with it. Yeah, I mean, look.
Do you want us to like spin it more musical? If you were forming a band of Adventure Time,
I like the question already.
Okay. Top Adventure Time characters.
Am I first?
You're first.
I'm gonna start with BMO.
BMO.
Yeah.
Tell me about BMO.
He's freaking awesome. He has a little pocket universe inside of his body. canonically. Nothing keeps him down. He's come back from the brink of death, literally, canonically. Canonically, wait, can I spoil things? I don't know.
Yeah, this is fine. Spoilers for Adventure Time.
He outlives everyone. He becomes king, and he's always has childlike spirit, but he still grows, which is an emphasis. And he's such a good vibe. Like, if you have BMO with you, you're gonna feel he like brings everybody up, you know. Yeah. And I think that's an invaluable skill, and I really identify with that.
I think that's completely valid. I also loved his appearance in Fiona and Cake in that one episode.
Mean. I don't think we should spoil that one.
BMO.
I don't think we should spoil that one because that's recent. But
it's so fun.
Watch Fiona and Cake if you want more Adventure Time.
Yes, I've done some videos about Fiona and Cake on this channel. It's one of my favorite shows from the last couple of years.
It was. You didn't? When did you?
When it came out last year.
I'm gonna look up the video you did, and you should too. And a new season coming out next year, maybe.
All right, my pick.
Yes.
My pick is a little bit of an obvious one, based on the attire. I am going to say Marceline, the Vampire Queen. Marceline's great, but Marceline is
no. Marceline's awesome. Marceline's
incredible character.
One of the best characters.
One of the best character arcs.
Yeah.
Just one of the best character transformations. Such a complex and interesting backstory.
And also, she's just cool.
She's like,
dude, she's freaking like demon vampire hybrid thing. It's like,
yes.
I know it sounds like I'm describing like a fan fiction character, but I'm sorry. No, it's cool. I promise.
And I also would say there is no one who could have pulled off Marceline's character better than the voice actress Olivia Olson.
I didn't have her name on, but I agree with you. Like,
she also plays Vanessa in Phineas and Ferb, if you weren't aware.
Is that
That's the daughter of Doofenshmirtz.
Oh yeah, the one that like hates him.
Yeah. And other interesting.
So both hate their dad.
Well, other fun fact is
and she hates her dad in real life.
In Adventure Time, her real life dad plays Hunson Abadir.
No kidding, really?
Yeah.
I had no clue about that.
And Tom Kenny, who voices Ice King, babysat her.
Yeah, you told me about that.
So they're literally like real father figures that she had growing up. And I think there's just something so raw and that resonates with that.
Yeah, when you have people that actually have that connection in real life, there are a few examples I can list, and I won't because then I'll go on my ADHD.
Sure, yeah.
But it always...
Chemistry is a real thing.
Yeah.
And Marcy is just great. She's hilarious, too.
Okay.
That's the last thing I'll say.
So it's me now.
It is you.
Now, wait, we're saying favorites, or are we saying ones we want to, like, hang out with? Like, we're drafting them. I want to know.
We're drafting them.
Because I have some that are my favorites, but I wouldn't want to be near.
Let's just go favorites, because I do think that's fair.
Okay, do Ice King and Simon count as one?
I will count them as one.
Then Ice King and Simon.
I think that was the next pick. If I was close to choosing him for this pick.
I'd be betraying myself if I didn't.
I think that's completely fair.
Yeah. He's just so freaking funny. It's SpongeBob, except he's like this dysfunctional. I love that it's a character everyone like hated, and then they made everyone love him in just one Christmas episode.
Complete 180.
And where they show a little bit of his backstory.
He might have the best character arc of the
show. Oh no, he does.
He
does. And then Simon in Fiona and Cake is so sad,
so compelling. Also,
oh my god! And then the dynamic of like what the Ice King was for Simon, like in a mix of escapism and depression, and then Simon. Ice King getting better was just so good to see. Like every Ice King W, like I wanted to see.
Yeah, completely agree.
I don't know if there's anything else to say. Do you know what Ice King means? Yeah, your turn.
All right. Those were Marceline and Ice King were my like top picks of this draft.
I guess Marceline's also, by the way, that's also like there's so many good characters.
There's so many good characters, but those two are my favorites by far. Now my next favorites, I think, has to be Jake.
Yeah,
for very similar reasons to BMO. Just Jake is like the brother that everybody wants.
There's a person I know, and they resonate so much with Jake. I won't say their name because like they don't want me to say their name. But you know who you are.
Yeah.
Jake's the best.
Jake's such a good character.
And I basically know someone who kind of is the Jake.
His philosophy in life is something that I think
hey man
is incredible.
Sucking at something is just the first step to being sort of good at something.
Yeah. And then like Jake the Brick is one of my favorite episodes.
All right.
Just there's a real like art form to the way that Jake is written and the mindset that a dog would have.
Yeah.
Like if it were a real character.
No, I never even thought of that, but it's also the fact that he's like not scared of death.
No.
Like he doesn't want to like
he's friends with death.
Yeah. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah. He's friends with everyone. He's friends with gods. He's friends with closest thing we have to a god so far.
So that is my second pick.
Okay.
And if you ask me, I'd say that there's one more like pretty obvious pick, and then there's a bit of a jump.
Okay. So obviously next thing I'm gonna do cinnamon bun. No, I mean I still like cinnamon bun.
I love cinnamon bun too.
He's not gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay, this is tricky. So I said BMO. I said
you have BMO and Ice King. I have Marceline and Jake.
This is a real toss-up because we're crossing off the main cast.
I feel like we did like the 4 fan favorites first.
I'm gonna go Finn. Actually,
I think Finn is the next pick.
Finn is a good vibe.
Finn's a great character.
You like seeing Finn, and I like that he's so human and he can be so sad, and it's great. It's a good.
Yeah, Finn is an incredible character.
Yeah,
like he goes through a complete transformation. We see him grow up in real time,
and he grows up and he's cringe in a way that you can. Well, I mean, season 1 cringe was too much, but later, like he has a breakup.
Yeah,
and it was so depressing for me as a kid watching it that I actually stopped the show for a bit.
I did too.
Yeah, but watching back, I'm like, no, it's good they show this, but it's good they show him handling it bad.
Yeah,
it's good they show him handling it bad because you need to see that. Very relatable character. I'm so glad the actor grew up with him. They didn't like recast him or anything.
I am too. Jeremy Shatta, I think is his name.
Yes, that is it. And does he do anything else?
I don't really know.
I mean, I'm sure he does something else.
He's an actor, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's just.
But what an incredible character.
Great job.
Really.
Great job.
And that sucks because you picked like the character that I was going to pick.
So I have a guess who you're going to pick next.
I have a couple options. But in my opinion, there's like a step down at this point.
Yeah.
Not to say they're bad characters, but they're not the heart of the show.
They're not the ones you want to meet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
So I am going to kind of zag here, and I'm going to say the Lich.
That's interesting. You know, Lich is just, I assume that includes, what's this guy? How did I forget his name? Sweet Pea.
No, I'm going to separate Lich and Sweet Pea.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're being very generous then because,
okay, the Lich as an antagonist
was so good.
Is one of the most compelling antagonists of any media ever.
It's funny because he shouldn't be. If he was in episode 1, it wouldn't be as interesting.
Yeah, he's very much like a mustache twirling, like pure villain. But what he wants is chaos. He's an agent of gold. He wants death to satisfy gold. And it's such an interesting angle. It almost feels impersonal, and then he also just has this like cold demeanor, and his delivery on his lines.
You are strong, child, but I am beyond strength. I can't even begin.
In Fiona and Cake.
The speech
when he goes, cease.
That's the Lich gives me. I mentioned to you before, possibly on this podcast. Like when I get excited, I get goosebumps when something in the show is really cool.
Yeah,
there are a few things that make that consistent. I'm just gonna say the ending scene of Dragon Ball Super where Goku and Frieza take out. You've heard this before. Jiren take out Frieza. Every time I watch it, every so often I'll watch it again on YouTube. Every time I literally get like the goosebumps. The Lich going cease in that scene. I'm like, oh no!
That does it.
And then I'm getting chills right now.
Yeah.
And then when he's in front of Goldblum's like, why? What more do you want from me?
Yep. And then
then the subsequent.
Yes.
So cool.
So that is my third pick.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm surprised you didn't take my pick. I was gonna say Bubblegum.
Bubblegum's a controversial character.
But she's so. I say this a lot, and you guys always are like, "What is wrong with you?" But like, I love like just that kind of. Fuck. She's so evil. She's evil. She has like she's committed genocide. And it's like, okay, you like A, B, A, B, A, B. Okay, all the A's turn around and the B's go into the smasher. She's just so fucked up. She turned her family, lobotomized her family. Mm-hmm. She's evil. I love it. And I like how she gets better, too.
Yes. I do really like Princess Bubblegum. I think that's a controversial opinion because a lot of people
find her one of the funniest characters. I love this, like, oh, I'm so fun and pink and great. Yeah. And she's so passive aggressive.
Yeah. She's again fantastic voice actress.
Oh, is it the same person that does Starfire? Yeah. And of course, and by extension, she also does Verity, I think, in Kid Icarus.
I believe that is correct.
Yes. Well, not except in the new Smash because Union things or something. But and by new, I mean the one that came out. Oh my God! Came out 6 years ago.
Another thing about Bubblegum that I think is worth saying is the relationship with
Marceline.
So compelling. Stop tapping the table. But such a compelling.
It is. That's the best. That's like actually the best couple in Adventure Time. Who else is there? Jake and Lady Rainicorn. I like how that's just a stable relationship.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, you know what? That's not right. It's not the best couple. They might be the best couple, but I'd say the best romance depicted.
Yeah. I you know what? It's a very realistic.
Betty and Ice King wouldn't fly in 2024.
Yeah. Maybe
I mean, if they were real people in 2024.
Yeah.
That was kind of a Jerry Seinfeld moment.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Well, I don't know about Jerry Seinfeld.
No, not Jerry Seinfeld. It's not a Jerry Seinfeld moment.
Yeah. Suffice to say, Bubblegum, good character.
Great character. And I mean, just example, last thing I'll say,
sure.
Example, like for the record, Peppermint Butler, this really shabby shack was built by my uncle, so it's not my fault it's bad.
Yep. Okay.
How many do we have? How many are we going to?
You've had 4. We're going 5 each.
Okay.
So you're going to get 1 more. I'm going to get 2 more. And
okay.
Mine is right now.
Are you doing 2 in a row?
No.
Okay.
So my next pick is Flame Princess. I think Flame Princess is a really well-written character.
She is.
Because she's introduced as this object, this thing that was told to be evil her whole life.
Yeah.
And then she goes from one person saying, you are this, to another person saying, you are this. And then she goes on to define for herself who she is, which is the greatest freestyle rapper in all of Ooh.
Oh my God, that is right. And there's also there's kind of a meta thing to that where her actual purpose in the beginning of the show, and this is the thing Adventure Time always defies, is her purpose to a viewer would be like, oh, she's the new love interest.
Yeah.
And the same with Bubblegum, which is something the show really defies. Is no, these are people.
It challenges that trope very strongly.
I think that's something people had trouble accepting, especially when they were young.
Yeah.
Is the fact that this character whose role was to be Finn's girlfriend then stopped being his girlfriend and kept being her own person.
Yeah.
And I still see people being like, oh, she should have ended up with Finn. And
it's no, Finn was terrible
to
her.
Finn is, what the hell was that? Finn already was Finn actually went in with the mindset, I can fix her.
Yeah.
Which alone was kind of messed up.
It was very flawed. And I think that the show did an excellent job
and they're
at
amicable.
Portraying that.
Yeah, they're not on bad terms at the end. They're friends. They
make up. They're friends at the end.
In the final season, they have that. After I saw the episode, because I saw Adventure Time out of order. I watch a lot of things out of order. It's how I like to watch things. Okay, we'll get into that on some other. You can cancel me for that later. But I was rewatching Adventure Time, and I actually saw that episode. And after that, I had to watch Son of Rap Bear again to be like, after they broke up.
Yeah,
I'm like, I need to see them get to an okay place.
Yeah.
So okay,
and Cinnamon Bun being the balance to her character, I think, is also very fun.
There's one thing I'm not sure, because then Cinnamon Bun says, and I will protect her because I love her or something.
I think it's very ambiguous on its but he's a relationship or
he's
just
30.
A friendly relationship.
He's 30.
I don't think it's outright said it's like a romance.
I know, but I kind of want to outright said it's not a romance.
I would outright say it's not a romance.
I just want them to, Finn's like, oh man, I got shown up by, I've seen so many people being like, yo, Cinnamon Bun stole Flame Princess from Finn, and I'm I hope
that's
not.
Just
no, I don't think so.
It's Finn's perspective and it's Finn's immaturity that makes him.
No, you're
that.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. You are right. And they wouldn't do that. They're not like that.
They specifically like challenged the trope of like age gaps with Finn and Princess Bubblegum.
Yeah. God, that was the worst part of the show.
So anyway, my pick is Flame Princess. Kevin, it is time for your last pick.
And you have one more after, right?
I have one more after too. I think I'm between two.
Am I going?
And again, I feel like there's a pretty big jump in quality after Flame Princess.
It is tricky. Okay. I have one in the chamber.
There's a couple of recurring characters that we could mention here, but I don't think they're as strong as the characters we mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Let me think.
So there's also some really compelling one-off characters that are worth mentioning.
Wait.
And even some compelling spin-off characters that are worth mentioning.
Oh, the spin-offs. I didn't even think of the.
There's a lot of options.
I guess this feels like such. I don't know if I'd think differently if I had more time. And there's so many good characters. I guess.
No one is there. These are not bad characters. We're about to say. I just don't think they're as like narratively strong as the others.
I think with me, I have a very personal relationship, like the show I'm watching. Like, I dream of things I watch. Mm-hmm. And then I meet the characters in the dreams, and I love dreams where that happens. I had one dream where Doctor Who met Adventure Time, and I was like, bro, this is perfect. Can I have this every night? So, like, I'm thinking of characters I want to meet, I'll admit. Partially, even though that sounds insane, because the Ice King's there, and he, like, freezes his friends. But I'm crossed between Tree Trunks and Huntress Wizard.
Ooh.
Because they're both Huntress Wizard's freaking cool.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have too much exposure, which goes to how cool the character is. But Tree Trunks is just funny. How like this is really hard. Let me think.
It's so hard.
I need to balance it. Okay, let me think. I have Bubblegum.
Yeah.
I have King. I have
BMO.
Finn.
And Finn.
Okay, who balances out this good? And Bubblegum. I said Bubblegum.
You said Bubblegum.
Wait, then
BMO, Ice King, Finn, Princess Bubblegum. I can think of one who would balance yours out pretty well.
Well, I will say that after. Because I want to go in.
Because there's so many characters. We'll have an after discussion as well. Pick one and then
I'll say Tree Trunks. I dressed up as Tree Trunks for the month.
That's true. We went to a MILF themed party and you dressed up as Tree Trunks
for someo's birthday.
Yes.
And
it was a MILF
I
themed
printed out a. Well, you'll see it someday.
Yeah.
It was. I don't like that publicly.
Talk about Tree Trunks, Kevin.
She's just insane. She's like, oh, I bake pies, and later she's like, I have children with aliens. I'm a wild child. Mr. Pig, I think we should get a divorce. And then they see the kid. Never mind. She's. I'm not doing her voice right. I'm aware, but like, oh my god, I love how she's crazy. She's an anarchist. She's an anarchist. She rebels against Princess Bubblegum. She hates Princess Bubblegum. And she's just this little cute friggin' elephant thing. Yeah. It's fantastic.
A very charming character. For sure.
I think she's one of the most underrated ones.
I would agree. Yeah. I think that's a good pick. pick. And
I completely forgot about one of the characters, but
I'm between a couple to close things out.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to debate like what's more important to me, whether it's like complexity of character or like stage presence or even just like humor also.
Yeah.
Right? And I think the one that I'm going to go with, just because I feel like he is so important to the show and he brings something that's very like, it changes the show in many ways. I'm going to say Prismo.
Okay, yeah. Prismo does bring this whole cosmic element.
He brings a whole cosmic element to the show.
And a casual cosmic.
Incredible.
They didn't need to make it casual cosmic, but they did.
They did.
He's literally in a hot tub the whole time.
He's just so funny, and Kumail Nanjiani is like an incredible actor for Prismo too.
And there was this whole thing with Fiona and Cake, where the whole
his agents just didn't show him because they didn't think he'd be interested. And he was like, what?
Yeah, I like how him and the other actor, it started, I think, with him praising the other actor.
Yeah.
But saying, I kind of wish they asked me to come back.
Yeah, and then they were
like, we did ask it. So it's like none of the creatives, it seemed it was just.
I hope he's back for season 2.
I hope they do, because they did stuff with there was multiple Prismo clones. I hope they.
Oh yeah, that's possible.
Because they could do something where it's like that one sounds a little different. So just don't fucking worry about it.
Yeah,
right?
I just think his friendship with Jake.
Yes.
And like his sort of wisdom, but also lack of wisdom for a cosmic figure is such a fun trope.
Jake saves the day by just befriending him, and it's such a Jake thing to do.
Yeah, and he also has one of the most dramatic moments in the show when the Lich kills him.
Yeah. Wait, no, I changed my mind.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so
wake up,
so good. So Prismo is my last
pick. He just
pick.
talks so. Okay,
to recap the teams first before we go into other characters.
Yeah,
you have BMO, Ice King, Finn, Princess Bubblegum, and Tree Trunks.
Yeah.
I have Marceline, Jake, the Lich, Flame Princess, and Prismo.
I'm happy with my.
I feel like we both have good lists, but like very different lists that kind of line up with our
mine
interests.
Is better.
Yours is like the more lighthearted elements.
And
of
I think
show.
it's also a little more I think yours is curated to you, mine's curated to mine.
I would say so.
But I think mine is a little more approachable for like if I had to make a cast with only these characters. Well, I have the main characters.
I feel like if we were like a cake, you'd be the frosting and I'd be like the cake.
No one likes the cake.
I like the cake.
I like the frosting.
Well, there you go. So let's talk about characters who we didn't include.
Okay.
I really thought you were going to pick Fern.
Oh, Fern's really cool.
Fern's really cool.
I don't think I'd pick him just because he makes me sad.
I guess that's fair.
But he is an incredibly
one of the
important.
saddest stories for sure.
Yeah, he fucking dies.
Yeah.
We never even see him in heaven. He becomes a little.
Well, he becomes the tree.
Fin sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tree. But it is beautiful. It's beautiful. I hadn't even thought of Fern, to be honest. I don't know.
Other characters that weren't mentioned. Martin is a big one.
Is that the dad?
Finn's dad.
Finn's shitty dad. Yeah,
yeah.
Not the. What's the name of the good dad?
Joshua.
Sorry, Martin. No, I also hadn't thought of that. Yeah, I'm imagining characters I want to meet, and you don't want to meet Joshua. He's such an asshole, but he's so funny because he's an asshole.
Joshua's hilarious. No, Martin's the asshole. Joshua's great.
Oh, Joshua's great. Yeah. No, Joshua's an ass.
Yeah.
Martin's the asshole. Yeah, fuck Martin. I love him. He's so funny. He's like, don't worry, Finn. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Wink. Yeah. Just so funny. And
Daddy's gonna
the other
tower.
Antagonist who I was thinking of was the Vampire King. Like he just kept reverberating in my head. He's cool. A one-off, but he's such a cool one-off.
He doesn't even feel like a villain in Adventure Time, actually.
No, he's kind of complex in that way.
He's not a villain.
He's an antagonist, but he's not a villain.
I don't even think he's. I mean, he appears to be the antagonist, but the other vampires are the only really. He's not even an aggressor. In the past, he is.
He gets de-vampired.
Yeah, and in Fiona, I love it.
Fiona and Keiki appears great.
It's a great cameo from him, and it's like, oh shit, right? Yeah, he existed.
Yeah.
Trying to think who else. Okay, there's two I thought.
Lumpy Space Princess popped up. I wanted to avoid Lumpy Space Princess. I don't like Lumpy Space Princess.
I think she's really funny, but you can't have you could never have a Lumpy Space Princess show.
No. How many people say Lumpy Space Princess is their favorite character?
She should. I think she is part of that upper tier though. Just
in terms of appearances, yes, but I don't like Lumpy Space.
I think that's exactly the kind of thing you wouldn't like.
Yeah,
I think she's funny.
The Fiona and Cake characters were very tempting, but they're also kind of just like our characters, but reskinned.
Yeah.
Although Fiona is a little more complex. I think of the Fiona and Cake universe, she's the most fleshed out.
Between Fiona and Finn, you're never going to choose Fiona over Finn, and then once you've chosen Finn, why would you choose Fiona?
Although Fiona's a more mature character at that point in this show.
She's also older.
Yeah. She's older in that sense, but she's also more immature in some ways because she's immature in like adults.
She wants to go to an isekai.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
I just think she was like her voice actress really did a fantastic
kicked
job
ass.
Too.
Is it the same voice as
as it was in the show, I believe.
Kick ass.
Yeah. Marshall Lee is worth mentioning also just for Childish Gambino. He's so cool. He's just so cool.
He just manages to be the cool. Oh, I think I'm shaking the thing. Sorry. It's okay. He manages to be the coolest. Like he competes with Marceline for coolness.
It's for sure.
very I just need to say this. What's the age range on your viewers? Whatever,
it's typically in the 20s and 30s.
Okay, we're fine. That song, like, good little girl.
Yeah.
I was listening to that, like, I think it was like a
it's weird to think because Marceline is the one telling that story.
Oh,
in the
right.
episode.
That's also weird.
Yeah.
But beyond that, okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
It's such a sexually charged song, right?
Such a sexually charged
in the scene is so the Vienna and Cake thing was actually really sexually charged.
I think it's a little strange.
I tend to not like kids media to be sexually charged.
Yeah,
it's fine, isn't it?
You in particular tend to sort of avoid that as a whole too.
I just don't. I mean, I don't know. I think it flew over my head.
Sure.
Although in the first Fiona and Cake episode, the scene where Prince, what's his name?
Prince
Gumball and Fiona are in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And that was like, even I knew what that was.
I also love Gumball's voice actor.
I like his new
voice.
Which is,
I like the old voice.
You like the old voice?
Yeah, because he was Neil Patrick Harris. And he's in How I Met Your Mother and a bunch of others.
And he's also a very musical character in Doctor Who.
Very musical character. I think he's Tony Award winner.
I actually don't know very much. I know How I Met Your Mother, I know Doctor Who, and I know Adventure Time.
Yeah. So then other stuff worth mentioning, just rapid fire. Billy's pretty fun.
Oh, Billy's Sweet Pea. We mentioned him before.
Worth mentioning.
Peppermint Butler.
Peppermint Butler.
Just the extended material alone already makes him like highly interesting. I love how he gets lobotomized at the end, and they're like, "No, yeah, that sticks."
Yeah, we both didn't say lemon grab, which is not.
Oh!
Would he be on your list?
He might!
Yeah.
Because he's so funny!
He's so funny.
He's so funny. Like, no, I wouldn't want to meet him.
Yeah.
No. But, like, just the scene, like, I need you to take off your headphones and heed my instruction. Like,
yeah.
And then they're like, what are you saying? And he goes over to the mirror. It's like, I need to use my sound sword! You can tell this is a character I try not to think about, because if I do, I just want to go, unacceptable! Maybe it should be Lemon Grab for all of them.
Maybe you should. That would be really good. Yeah. And then there's a couple of other, like, smaller appearance characters, too. Like, I liked the Elementals what was the Winter Elemental in?
Oh, the lady.
Yeah, the lady.
It was like a hard to remember.
It was a hard to remember name, but she was cool.
She's cool. She's a cool villain that
she's a cool villain.
Just is there and then not.
Yeah. A lot of good parental figures who kind of die.
Yeah.
Like Marceline's mom is one that comes to mind. We didn't mention Hunts and Abadir either, which is also a notable dad.
Did you
ever
cover that song? Let's go in the garden.
I've wanted to cover Everything Stays, but I have not.
Is that one where you want to get a girl to do it?
Probably.
Yeah. There's a lot of songs where I'm like, oh, Josh, we should do this. Like, Kevin, we're both men.
Yeah.
And it's just not quite the same vibe.
Yeah.
And I disagree. I think I can do a false.
So suffice to say, that is our list of our favorite Adventure Time characters. Anyway, that was it for today's JamsCast.
Yeah.
I hope you all check out our album.
Yeah.
I hope you...
And please check. I'd love
check out his animations.
My animations.
Yeah. And stay tuned for some more. I think we're going to have one more episode before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But we are planning on making these more regular come time next year. So that will be exciting. So I'm Jyesh one more time.
I'm K.I.
And... Oh God!
You already.
I know it's gonna happen right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get what you fucking deserve.